You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans. Oh boy, Stephanie Johnson was so shocked to have somebody at her door asking if she's the one who wrote the most popular dirty book in America. But will Alex Kiriakis convince Stephanie to do a big announcement before it leaks any further? It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about some big announcement that is coming soon from Stephanie and Alex. But first, hey, hit that subscribe, hit that like if you're not following us. Let's dive into it. So we've seen a couple of unwelcome visitors knocking at Stephanie's door recently. First was her psycho ex, Jeremy Horton, who had pink flowers and lots of excuses for his past behavior. And the second unwanted visitor was ace reporter Leo Stark. He also showed up Stephanie's door, but not with flowers. Instead, Leo brought accusations and a rumor that Stephanie is the person behind the pen name Anastasia Sands. Although Stephanie shut down Leo, obviously it's only a matter of time. What really stinks is that EJ DiMera ratted out Stephanie to Leo. EJ blabbed her secret that he said he'd keep so that Leo would stop asking questions. First, he was asking about the blackout and whether the hospital construction was to blame. And then Leo was also asking about who really shot him. And that's the thing that Elvis Jr. is really trying to avoid revealing because it's little awful Rachel Black. So EJ scrambled and blabbed her secret. And Leo now knows the truth. So it's only a matter of time before Stephanie's big secret comes to light. So will Alex and Stephanie launch a writer reveal plan? That way they can make sure they control when and how it comes out instead of it leaking from the former lady whistleblower. And if he was still lady whistleblower, he would have already leaked it. We know that. Stephanie's first book, One Stormy Night, written as Anastasia Sands, is a smash hit. It's a bestseller across the country. Everybody wants to know who wrote the book. But right now, just a handful of people know that Stephanie wrote the steamy romance novel. It's still very much a closely held secret. EJ and Kayla both know. Kate also knows, as does Alex, EJ, and now Leo. Plus, Jeremy figured it out from reading the book. But because Stephanie worried about the damage to her reputation as a PR professional, she's still uncomfortable with the idea of the general public knowing that she's the author. But with Leo's recent confrontation at the apartment, everything is about to change. So when Stephanie first wrote the book, she wanted it published under a pen name so that her PR clients wouldn't think she was sketchy. And she was horrified when Alex didn't do as asked and he didn't cut out the Mile High Club section from the book that Stephanie said had to come out. And that is what Jeremy recognized when he picked up the dirty book to do a little light reading. Stephanie included some sexy pilot, stewardess, naughty stuff that was drawn from her past experience when Jeremy used to fly planes and Stephanie worked with him. So EJ figured out the author's secret, if you remember, because he wrongly suspected Kayla was Anastasia when there was an online fan Q&A hosted at the hospital office during the blackout. Stephanie admitted that she was the author to get Kayla out from under EJ's accusations. So right now, EJ, Kayla, and Jeremy all know, of course, Alex and her editor, Kate. And Stephanie did hold her own with Leo, and she tried to push back on him pressing about whether she is really Anastasia Sands. But what is quite clear is that Stephanie knows her identity is compromised and she could soon be outed, whether she likes it or not. So according to Alex, we also know Julie Williams wants to host a book signing during her new bookstore's grand reopening in Horton Town Square. But unless Stephanie reveals herself as Anastasia Sands, that would be pretty hard to pull off. What's she going to do? Hat and sunglasses, you know? So Alex may get her to see that it's high time Stephanie announced to Salem and to the whole world that she is the brains and the pen behind Anastasia and One Stormy Night and the new mystery novel that she wrote that's about to be released. So Alex has been gently nudging Stephanie to make the reveal. Alex thinks Stephanie should come out of the writer's closet, give up her day job in public relations, and just be a full-time writer. And that could happen sooner rather than later now that Leo knows her dirty big secret. The reporter really got to EJ when he started poking into who really shot him. And of course, that was what panicked him and led him to tell Leo about Stephanie's secret identity. So I wonder if she's going to circle back around to EJ and chew him out for spilling her sexy secret to Leo. I mean, Stephanie was hoping EJ wouldn't tell anybody, but he's not particularly trustworthy. And now that he did, it could affect his working relationship with Stephanie, but EJ can't unspill the beans. But there is still a question because she may not 100% know it was EJ. You know, I don't think Leo dropped his name. So whether or not Stephanie confronts EJ depends on whether she figures out he's the source of the leak. Because Stephanie also knows that Jeremy knows, and he would tell people. So Stephanie may think that Jeremy told Leo about her sexy romance novel as some sort of revenge. And with all these risks looming that could out her, we could see Alex convincing Stephanie just act fast, come up with an amazing press release or some kind of big debut event. You know, Alex may want Stephanie to make a big splash and announce that she's the woman behind the phenomenal book in a really big way. Alex actually thinks that Stephanie's reputation as a PR rep won't be hurt. And he actually thinks it'd be great for her business. I don't know about that, though. But Alex would also rather see Stephanie quit that job and pursue her dream of being a full-time writer anyway. So over the next couple of weeks, we could see Stephanie and Alex coming up with a plan to introduce her as Anastasia Sands. They are supposed to be making a big announcement. We'll see if this is what it is or if it's something else, but this is definitely something to think about. I do wonder if the reveal will backfire as Stephanie feared or if it'll just be amazing as Alex hopes and as he keeps telling her it will be. I know that Stephanie would rather tell people herself than let Leo go and expose her. And maybe Alex and Stephanie reach out to Leo and offer him an exclusive interview or something so that he won't spill it before they want it formally released. Either way, clock is ticking before the whole wide world knows Stephanie is really Anastasia Sands.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.